Alright, everybody. It's Thalan McRom, and we're back in our vintage Story Snowball Earth playthrough. I'm just waiting for it to finish loading up here. Figured I'd go ahead and go live while I was doing that. And one of my mods is throwing some sort of error. I think it's the one that allows me to spawn the traders that I'm going to try and use. I think it's disagreeing with something, but it doesn't seem to be causing it to crash or anything. So, here we are. We're back in our Snowball Earth playthrough. We were doing some panning last time because we were trying to get enough copper to do something. Let's see here, how are we doing on copper here? One of these things. Yeah, so we got our first 20, which is enough to make one tool. Got some stuff. Got some zinc as well. And some gold. And we've been panning up these copper pieces here. We've also got some clay. And we've got our ceramic crucible, so we can do that. Let's see here. I feel awful that I've done this fire clay pickaxe mold. I'm honest. Alright. Let's see here. I'm also gonna need this bowl here at some point. Dry grass. Okay, what's up here? Oh no, that's ready. That's right. This is not ready. Is that ready? No, that is ready. Never mind. I don't know why I was trying to put that in there. Okay, so that's ready to go. So let's just bring this pickaxe mold in here then. Fire pits in here. Alright. Now, we are going to need some more copper. I don't think I have any near... Well, I do have a copper node over there. Over there. Peat over there. Red clay. Alright, good. So we've got some nearby sources of copper. We just kind of need to finish panning that first bit to get our stuff done. So we got granite sand here. Okay. Just seeing what all we've got here. If I remember correctly, I kept getting interrupted by goblins in the last episode. Friendly folks. Let's go ahead and finish panning what we can here, see what we can get. And then we'll see if we can't get a little bit more cassiterite. If we can, we'll go straight into tin bronze tools here. I mean, the good part is getting us a bunch of like free arrowheads and stuff too. We might even get a couple more candles, which and eventually will let us make a lantern. Which would be nice to have a little bit of actual light that isn't torches. Alright, let's see how we're doing. We got some more flax, which is always good to have. Got some more arrowheads. So I'll get this bony soil processed here real quick. Welcome to the stream, folks. Our goal today is to get into the metal tools here on my Snowball Earth playthrough. Now we're just finishing up with a little bit of panning. Oh, got a silver nugget. I recognize that particular nugget. Alright. I think what I'll do... I think I'll finish panning this off here, this little bit of bony soil I've got. I know where there's 2 copper nodes nearby. What I think I'll do is I'll take some dirt over there, go mark them, go pull the nuggets off the top of them. Same with that tin bronze node I found. I found a surface tin node previous episode as well. So I think we'll just go get some dirt, like a little pillar to mark them there, so I know where they're at. And then what I'm going to try and do, I think I'm going to try and skip straight into the tin bronze tools age if I can. Skip the whole copper age, go straight to tin bronze. We're gonna see. Go. The other thing I need to do is acquire more clay. So that I can actually get, like, some storage vessels made and things like that. There we go. That should be the last of that. Perfect. Okay. Got my little hole in the ground. And I didn't get anything too fancy. Let's see here. Arrowheads can go in there. Some quartz chunks. Cool. Alright, I've got some fish I need to cook. Alright. Yep. Flax. Cool. There's my fire clay. You know, I honestly just need more storage, I think. Okay, this candle can just go over here with this other candle. There we go. Alright, need to feed my character a little bit. So let's go do that. Here, ceramic pot of porridge. There we go. Get some porridge. A ceramic pot. I'm trying to decide what we want to cook here. So let's do... Yeah, so let's do that. Do the red meat, and it's going to be my shortest one. These? Yeah, okay, so let's do berries here. Gonna do some porridge. I think I can add the red meat to the porridge. Yep, I can. And we'll throw the berries in there too. There we go. Let's see what I can do about fuel. I need some fuel. Yeah, I'll just use some of this firewood. Feel free to ask questions, folks. Feel free to chat. I am watching chat, of course. Go. At least get us some food. Go. Make sure I don't have any, like, hostiles sneaking up on me. Let's see here. So I got some sand I need to do something with. I just got to get some more stuff for making... Get some more inventory sorted out here. Deciding if I'm actually going to need to use all that firewood. I can make a little bit more if I need to. And I am using the realistic smoke mod, one of the things I'm going to have to make. Which I actually think I can use this to make it. Oh, okay. It's a little touchy about me opening the handbook with all the stuff I've got going on in here. Where is it? Not the corner roof pieces. Not the honey pot. Let's go back to everything and go. Chimney. Here we go. What do I need for that? Okay, so I need bricks and mortar to make the chimneys. So these chimneys will basically allow you to let smoke out. So, one of the things we have to work on here is to make bricks. Looks like I'll be able to save one piece of firewood. Snowball Earth. Every piece of firewood is important. There we go. Perfect. That's like the perfect amount right there. Right, let's go put that back in our food storage here. We still got some time on all of this. Top off our food bar real quick. There we go. Let's see here. Where is my dirt? Got my dirt. think what we'll do, go this way. This is where I've got some fish traps set up to catch, well, some fishing lines set up to catch the fish. I was gonna say, here's my gate. There's my gate. Walk past it. And if I need food, I can always hunt these caribou that are just standing there listlessly staring off into the sunset. They seem very unconcerned about my existence. Alright. In the water. The other thing I'm going to have to do soon is get farming going. It's just barely warm enough right now for farming. Just have to watch out for wolves over here. Had a close encounter with wolves last episode. Now, the tin is right here. As you can see, there's 10 bits right here, which means it's probably up under this. So what we'll do is we'll put a block of dirt like that. And I'll grab the tin. Way I know that's where the tin is. I'm going to knock this all out, make sure I haven't missed any. Under a bush or something. Got some more of these whippies, or whatever you want to call them. Basically, very thin sticks you can use for weaving. I wonder if I can mix and match those things. Probably not. Alright, so we got 5 tin. That would be enough to make some tin bronze. So, the Mysterious K, welcome to stream. But to answer your question, the game setting, the easiest way to describe it is it kind of takes place in the 1300s, if you were to, like, give it a time period. And the reason I say that kind of is because that's when it took place, is when it started, is the equivalent of, like, the 1300s. But, this takes place well after what would have been the 1300s. That's a bear. That's going to be a problem. Because things happened, and you've woken up, and I think I've heard the best estimate of, like, how long since that time period has passed is about 500 years, so in theory it's, like, the 1800s now, time-wise. But technologically, it never got past, like, that 1300s, really. Okay, so that bear was between me and the copper I needed. I don't really want to deal with that bear. Shovel on me? I do not have a shovel on me. Most unfortunate. Yep, let me make a shovel. I hope that answers your question. That's not what I want. Come on. Try this again. Shovel. Just clicked. Again. Good lord. I cannot click tonight. What's going on with me? Alright. But yeah, so... that's also where the game deviates. So, if you were to treat this game like as an alternate history, wouldn't be a bad idea. Because it's never clear whether or not this is Earth or some other world or anything of that nature. Because there are places it talks about in the setting and the lore that certainly sound like, say, Earth, you know. But it's also... there's plenty of things that also aren't Earth, per se. And obviously, they ended up developing a form of Magitech. That bear came all the way over here. I don't want to deal with that bear. That's a polar bear. It's like the toughest bear in the game. Anyways. And so they basically got somewhere into sort of an early steam age. Like, very early. Like, no trains or anything of that nature, but, like, they were starting to work on like making like gasifiers, like you would see used in kind of super early industrial London to power gas lamps and stuff like that. But they didn't get there through using like just coal and fuel like that, like we did. They got there through using that plus some sort of strange alchemy process that a guy basically developed and was like, well, if I do this, I can make this weird alchemical stuff that'll do this other thing, that'll let me do these weird things, basically. And so, at some point, they kind of developed a sort of steampunkish, not magic, but you and I would probably call it magic. Makes sense. And during all that, there was basically an ongoing apocalypse kind of happened. And that's why things are not still, at that time. Get a torch out so I can actually see. Trying to avoid this bear. I'm trying to sneak up around to this copper pit up here. I'm trying to get into actual metal tools. And I'm so close. So very close. I don't want to have to pan my way into them. So I've got enough I could theoretically pan my way into it. I love the skybox that they do in this game, like here, because I'm kind of in Frozen North. Are there parts of the game I feel are a little too involved? Not to me, but because I kind of like super in-depth things. Some people don't really like the animal husbandry. Copper right here. Because the animal husbandry takes a lot of time to really get going. But it's just time and management of your animals. It's not like difficult, just time consuming. Let's see here. Take that block of dirt there. There. Actually, just take all this. Oh goodness. Hello. Angry orc creature. So I've installed some fantasy. I've installed a fantasy creature mod pack that adds fantasy creatures. See, this is a normal monster from the game. This is a shiver. It's apparently decided it wasn't gonna fight me. So I don't think the game's too involved. That's, again, I like this kind of game. Shiver's coming back. That was a bad time for you to have a little spasm there, Shiver. Alright, there we go. Shiver is dealt with. This is the goblin or orc or whatever that was. Oh, there's a trader over there. I think that's a trader. What's this? That looks like it might be a trader. Or, hold on. Let's just do that, and we'll pin that, and we'll say, make it kind of a green to stand out. I'm gonna have to go check out what that is. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, no, there's no instant gratification. Like, for example, if you want to make bronze, you have to get copper, you have to get the other materials involved, and you have to mix them in what is considered the real-world, like, ratios for those things. Which, since I've got a decent amount of copper and bronze, I'm going to be doing that here in just a second, actually. Like, one of the things I'm actually very impressed by in the game, running out of inventory space. Good thing I already have like copper in my inventory. Is I've actually learned about a little bit about metallurgy, and I was a blacksmith for a number of years, in the real world, and I've learned about types of bronze and stuff that I didn't actually know about. I didn't know that they were real things. Get my didn't realize there was a crevice over here. You can also hear a temporal rift somewhere. Bad drifter. Bad. This is the other, like, that's like the other common, like, type of vanilla monster. Okay, what can I drop? Let's do this. Okay. Oh, I'm being overrun. Okay. Okay, here we go. Well, I guess I'm not getting that copper. Okay, that's a moose. Real worried there for a second. That's just a moose. Alright. Still chasing me? Let's head back to the base until we get back in the morning. I did mostly kitchenware, weirdly enough, like knives, forks, spoons, things like that. Cooking utensils. That was kind of what I did, actually. I also occasionally made like tools, like nails and chains and stuff. I attempted to make hinges. I was never particularly good at hinges. It's chasing me. Oh, it's a goblin or something. The other reason I'm kind of being very cautious in this playthrough is I've given myself a limited number of lives. Like, I didn't hard code that into the world. You can do that when you create the world. I've set myself a personal rule that if I can't complete my goal of building a village and populating it with some NPCs, which I've added mods for doing that, then I'm gonna throw in the towel after like 15 lives. And I didn't really do welding. Like, I was never a welder per se. I've learned to do some welding, but I was never like a professional welder. I was a colonial blacksmith, for lack of a better term, because I was classically trained as a colonial blacksmith, using the tools and stuff of that era. And I did that professionally as a job where I put on demonstrations for people. Okay, I forgot. I do have some bandages. So I don't just have to sit here and heal this off the slow way. Alright, there we go. That's also the last of my bandages. Great. How much I got? I got 27 copper. Can I even do anything with these small bones? That's it. I have no use for those small bones. I'm going to throw those out. Put my considerate in here. Yep. Oh. Oh. Get out of my house. Out of my house. There we go. Just use the lake out here as kind of a trash pit. Put that there. No, my mom was a jeweler, though. She made jewelry. There. I'm gonna do some cooking real quick to restock my food supplies a little bit. So I've thought about it. I've thought about doing like Etsy stuff. Come here. Come here, big. You are an orc. Okay. Come on, get back up here so I can hit you. There we go. There we go. Oh, he can just stay down there. I'm not gonna swim in the lake after him. Yeah, so like, I've thought about it. But I just never did because I have so many other things that I'm doing and I just don't have the time. But, like, I used to make like S-hooks. That was a very popular item I used to make. Enough? Yeah, I got enough. Make some more forage here. Yeah, we'll use these. There we go. Part of the cooking is you got to get everything balanced in this. There we go. I think 4 pieces of firewood will get it done. Yeah, now my master who taught me to blacksmith, he used to make all kinds of cool stuff. Like, he was great. Sorry, I found the lore book. Some extra axes. Okay. Just taking stock of what I've got. So, in the morning, we're going to push over here to try and get some more copper, I think. Once we're done cooking, we'll hit the hay for the night. Skip till morning. But for those who might be new to this particular series, so this is a heavily modded playthrough. I've got like 15 mods or 20 mods or something installed. Let me check here. Mod settings. Yeah, I won't list them all, but I've got like 20 mods installed right now. One of which gives me the ability to basically conjure into existence villagers and traders and merchants. And basically my goal is to kind of secure an area here in the Snowball Earth, and build a little village and populate it with traders and villagers. And if I can get, say, one of at least all the main types of villagers, I think we'll call it a success. But I've given myself a time limit of 15 lives, and I'm down to 10. I only have 10 left. Because the cold was quite brutal. And this is after I moved like 20,000 blocks south of spawn, where the game started. And it's still like 28 degrees out in the middle of August. So that's 28 degrees Fahrenheit for those who speak Fahrenheit. It's about slightly below 0 degrees Celsius. Alright, there we go. See you morning. Alright. That's going to burn through a lot of our food healing up, but it is what it is because I don't have any more medical supplies. Let's get some more food. Go. Try to keep our character well fed. Yeah, freedom units. That's actually the name of the mod I'm using. Alright. A little cold out. Look at this. I mean, it's snowing here in August in this game. Oh, got a fish. Sweet. Alright. Use my actually damaged knife here. That's a little bit more meat in the diet right there. Put this back in storage here. Yeah, because this game's made by a European company, which is fine. They're doing a fantastic job on the game. I love this game. But it means like everything's in like Celsius and meters and stuff. So an American mod maker. Yeah, I know in Alaska that can happen. So interesting, random side story. My family and I took a trip over to Colorado. About 2 summers ago now, back in June. And I was shocked to see snow on the ground in June in certain places because we were up there in like the high mountain areas. And that was really weird, especially for me because I live in the deep south. And it's the easiest way, and that's the most information I'll give you about that. Where I live, if you see snow, you ask if hell's frozen over. Alright. So, should be able to circle around wide enough, and hopefully the polar bear has moved on, because I don't really want to fight the polar bear. So this is where I saw copper previously. What is that in the water? Oh. I'll take that piece of flax. Oh, that's cool. I mean, not surprised. Alright, so I'm going to put that there so I can mark it and know that this is the place where I found copper. Okay. I get all the copper that's on the surface. Obviously, I have this giant cave You can see where a small animal has fallen down in there and died. You can see the skeleton down there. Oh, there's borax down there. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that's borax down there. Or that could be bismuth, actually. That might be bismuth. Green color to it. There's some more over there. Kind of want down in that cave now. Alright, let's go over this way. So, actually, let's go work on exploring that. You know, we saw those lights off in the distance. Let's go look at that real quick while we've got daylight. See what that is. Maybe find some more copper while we're at it. I mean, the polar bear does certainly have a bunch of meat on it, which would be helpful, and probably fat and hides. And I could use it to make some more armor if I killed it. That's going to be a tough fight that I'm not really ready for. So we've got peat here, which is good. Let me mark that on my map. There we go. Got some crowberries. We've got some quartz. Oh, got a ruin here. No bear rug? I mean, I could use it to make a bear rug. Oh, this is one of those ruins that goes down. So let me get my shovel out real quick. So one thing I will do is I'm going to grab this horsetail because I need that for making medical supplies. But I'm also going to grab this bony soil here real quick. Alright, so now the question is, how do I want to get down in there? Okay, can't go that way. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can go down this way, maybe? No, we're gonna have to go down the other way. Alright, let's go down. Okay, we got a chest here with some saltpeter in it. Oh, I got some low fertility soil. I can actually do farming now. Ruined bed, ruined bed. Yeah, nothing of great value in here. Wait. Is there something behind that wall, or is that just granite? I think that might just be granite. Let me out of here. Hold on. There we go. I have to get rid of that cobweb first. Then it'll let me out. Alright. Good, I didn't pick up the cobweb. I'm running out of space, though. This is that glowing light we saw. What is this? What am I looking at here? Dead growing plot? With cabbage on it. Oh my goodness. And lanterns? What am I looking at here? What is this? What am I looking at? What are you? It's a kitchenware trader. I've never seen one of these before. Alright. Well, you're new around here. Did you just wake up and smell my food cooking? Yes, I woke in a rather hungry mood. Or as big as you, I'd figured I'd be hungry too. Name's Guile. This is my small corner of the world. It's good to meet you. Got a thing or two about culinary arts. Balanced diet. Alright, got anything to trade? Why didn't you open up the trade menu? Trade menu. Here we go. Yeah, that does look like terrace farming. Oh wow, he's got some fancy bottle racks that he'll buy and sell. Oh, he sells meat racks. And cauldrons. And spiels. That's kind of cool. This is added by the culinary artillery mod that I'm using, by the way. He'll buy titanium spiels for 4 gears apiece. You can't even normally make those in the game. You can get titanium, but you can't use it for anything. God. Nothing even in the game even gets hot enough to smelt it. That's hilarious. Oh, God. Sorry, that was just humorous. This is a fancy house, though. Like, he's got a full chandelier and everything. Can I have your cheese? I don't have any space to put your cheese. Can I have your stove? Like your ovens. Alright. Got barrels and stuff. Alright. But this is cool. I've never seen one of these before. Get a treasure chest. Nope. What is this? He's got a Jonas lamp. Alright. That's fancy. I wonder if I can break the seeds on top of his house, because these are all like cabbages. Can I have these? Nope. Belongs to the trader. Dang. Alright. We know what this is now. Delete that. Replace this with a trader symbol, and what's a good color for kitchen? Maybe this purple color? That's my first time ever actually seeing a kitchenware trader in a game, by the way. Using the culinary artillery one. I've got a couple games I've been playing where I've been using it. Oh, we got some more copper over here, too. Nice, look at this. Oh, man, this is a huge copper node, too. At least it looks like one. Let's throw some blocks down to help mark that. There we go. Alright, I think we might actually have enough copper to do straight into tin bronze. Between the considerite I found and the copper I found, go straight into tin bronze, folks. Oh, right, that's the other thing I needed to do. I needed to make charcoal really quick. Alright, well, let's get back to base. We'll make some charcoal and go into the Bronze Age. I'm going to need charcoal to do that. So I just have to not get killed by a bear on the way back. I see some more ruins over here. These ones I've been to before, though? I think these are ones I've been to before. Maybe. Yeah, I think I've been to these. Yeah, these I've definitely been to these before. Yeah, I can see where I dug out the bony soil that was here. Okay. Always gotta stop and check them. Oh yeah, you can run in the game. So for example, if I just hold control, I'll start running. Control is the default hotkey. Uses. I just don't do it because you do burn extra calories off your satiation bar there. And because I am playing in kind of a difficult world where farming is going to be a real hard thing for me to get into, I'm trying to be a little more careful with my calories right now. Because I already starved to death once in this series earlier. Like, not in this episode, but like a previous episode I did starve to death. And then I've also like frozen to death once. And been mauled by bears like twice. So. But then this is also on a It's a set of more difficult settings than I normally play on. Like, normally I just play kind of, like, default settings. This is a Snowball Earth, like, you know, not quite hardcore challenge, but, you know, you can kind of see it from where it's at. Let's see here, did I get any more fish? No more fish yet. My simple little trot line there. Lock up the door, alright. Go ahead and put my copper away. Oh yeah, I've got plenty. I can do some tin bronze. Put my medical stuff in there for now. Top my food off. Flax away. That low fertility soil is actually very important right now. But yeah, no, running's definitely a thing in the game. So, right. Next thing I need to do. Okay. Let's find a good place for my charcoal pit. Thinking... we'll just do it, like, right here. And we're gonna do, like, a little 2x2. There we go. Let's get up a little bit. Need some more dirt. That's fine, I got dirt. Pleasant talking to you as well. Enjoy your tacos. And thank you for liking and subbing. That's very kind. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're working on building the charcoal pit. Need a little bit more. I just like to build it out of this rammed earth. Go. Seal that off and that off. There we go. And that'll be the top of our charcoal pit there. Okay, so let's get axe out. And we'll get some firewood going here. That was one stack of firewood, not quite enough. Do a charcoal run. So let's go cut down some trees. I'm gonna have to plant some more trees. I don't really have tree seeds. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. I did not leave a gate back here for myself. No, I did not leave a gate back here for myself. There's a gate right there. Okay, we got some trees back here, so let's go get my axe back out. I'm gonna need another axe. Grab another axe real quick before I run off into the woods. There we go. I have to be careful over here. I tend to run into, like, goblins over here. Since I installed the Fantasy Creatures mod that adds a bunch of fantasy creatures, like goblins and orcs and undead, and in theory you can also add dragons and treants, but I've yet to see those, which is probably a good thing. Alright. Let's see here. Which tree looks like a good harvest opportunity? Well, that one looks pretty good, actually. We'll do that one. Yeah, knock out these branches real quick. If you can't get a few seeds or something. And there goes that axe. Seeds? I'm just not having much luck with seeds these days. Sticks, though. Sticks are good. Come on. Give me some seeds. I'd like to plant more trees. I feel like I'm going to be using a lot of larch in this series. Larch and pine seems to be the only things that really grow in the areas I've been hanging out in. I mean, at least this way I'm getting some more stuff to make some more storage baskets. No seeds? Really? Wow. Alright. I guess larch don't drop seeds very often. I don't know. Each tree has like a different drop rate of seeds, basically. Redwoods are usually pretty rare. Same with purple woods there, or purple woods. Purple something. It's like this weird purple tree. Ebony trees are also pretty rare on seed drops and stuff. If you find ebony trees. Alright. Oh, we got one. Okay, we got one seed. That's good enough. At least let me replace the tree. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough axe durability left to cut down this tree. So anytime you cut down a tree, basically what it does is it lets you chop the tree enough to break, usually. Assuming you have enough durability worth of axe in your inventory, because basically when it calculates how much durability it should use up, and then it starts subtracting that from the axes in your inventory before it doesn't actually do the calculation until the tree breaks, usually. And so it'll then just break that number of axes. So let's go. I'm gonna go put this tree closer to the house when I replant it. So if you're gonna cut down like a really big oak tree or something, you want to carry like, and you're using stone axes like I am, you want to carry like 4 axes with you. This tree will go right here. There we go. That'll be closer. Alright. How much wood did I get from that? I only got 12. Okay, that's not enough. Alright, let's put some rammed earth there. There we go. I have just enough durability left on this axe to even cut that that pile of logs up. Alright. Welcome to stream, folks. Working on trying to get into metal here. I have the materials, I have the copper, and I have, oddly enough, the tin to make tin bronze. You know, I could just do a 1x1 just to get this going. I think that's the smallest you can do. Hold on. Charcoal burning. Let's see here. I think 2x2 might be the smallest. Okay, well, in the morning we'll go cut down more trees. Let's plug that up. Does this count as inside? No, this does not count as inside because there's that roof gap there. Does it count as inside now? Yes, now it does. About when I do this. Nope. Okay, well. Alright. But I have to leave this open for the realistic smoke mod anyways. Here's that dirt block. I'm gonna go get my dirt block back before it runs away permanently. I'm gonna have to work on building a chimney so I can actually get a chimney in here. Alright. A couple of these. This is kind of my long-term food, these pine nuts. Let's see here. Keep that. This I need to save. Let's do this. Get another storage basket. I actually have enough. I could do 2 more. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. An extra storage basket. Not going to complain about that. Sand in here too. Saltpeter in there. The metal parts I don't need in there. Mine's there for now. So with that said, let's come into here. Move some of this stuff over here. Put like the clay in here. Feathers. We can put this zinc in here with the copper. This silver that I found as well. Alright, there we go. It's a little better. Gives us a little more inventory and storage space. Okay, what time is it in the game? It is... I don't know, I have the clock down at the bottom. It's right around 9 p.m. or so. So we'll go to bed. But yeah, if people have questions about Vintage Story or anything, feel free to ask. I've played a lot of Vintage Story. You know, I know a fair amount about it. Wouldn't call myself, like, an expert. But, you know, I know enough about what I'm doing. Late pretty well. It's only 4 p.m. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. How much tin bronze can I make? So, need like 2, I think. If we do the 38 and 2, that should do it. Let's see here. How's that on my ratios? Not quite there. So is it... I need 3? No. That may be too much, actually. Hmm. So that's 5 units of tin. And I need 8 to 12%. So we're looking at 200 units, which means, so realistically, what I need is 4. That'll work. That's a little higher ratio than I would like, though. So normally when I do tin bronze, I make it in batches of 500. Right now, I'm gonna have to settle for that inefficient ratio. How's my food looking? It'll be fresh for 16 days, 15, 8, 3.7 years. All right. Let's head out. Actually, let me grab my other axe real quick. Let's go see about finding some more wood. There's a goblin or something up there. Yeah, those are drifters in Boatwood. What's the temporal activity up? Medium. Okay. I'd rather not fight a Boatwood right now. Come here, drifter. Fight you. Come here. That Boatworm still hit me. I'm way back there. That's a rude Boatworm. Well, we'll go over here. Cut down a tree instead of fighting the Boatworm. Got a lone goblin hunter or something over here. What are you? Right? Alright. I guess the fact that I have a mace means the goblin's not going to fight me. Alright. Maybe he's going to go get his friends. Alright. We'll get this tree cut down here. Alright. Almost there. Yeah. And as you can see, that other axe broke, and now I have the second axe I picked up. Which is why I even grabbed that other axe. Second there, I thought I saw copper sticking out of the hill there. Alright. Well. Got all the bits and pieces of that tree. Where'd the goblin go? There he is. It's way over there. He can stay over there. That's fine. That's 10 logs. It's not enough. These large trees do not produce a lot of wood, do they? Let's see if we can't find a little denser forest area here. We've got a little cave type thing here. I'm not going to go poking around in that. Right now, anyways. Got caribou there. Looks like there's some trees over here. That caribou just went flying. Bad goblin. Came running out of the woods at me. That was not what I wanted, game. I wanted to harvest... Ow. I keep forgetting the sea berries are sharp. And those are from a mod I'm running that adds extra, like, plants and things. We'll cut down this tree. We'll see where that gets us. There's something off to my north there. You see it there on the map? Looks like a little bit of water, I'm not sure. Alright, come on. There we go. Miss anything? Oh, there's some sticks and stuff here. Yeah, that's bushes. Looks like I got everything. Let's head north. I want to see what this thing I'm seeing on the map is here. Right over here somewhere. Oh, what's this? What's this? Up. We just struck it rich, boys. We got copper right here on the surface. Don't even have to go hunting for it. Beautiful. It is a little water outflow. Seaberry bush trying to get me. Yeah, called it. Said it looked like a little bit of water on the map there. It was. Alright. I'll leave that there for now. There. I'll just take the seaberry bush back and go plant it at my house. I have a little place where I'm growing some sea berries next to my base. Because I keep accidentally right-clicking on them with my knife, which takes cuttings of them, which is how you propagate the sea berries in this. With the current mod set I'm running. What do you have here? Just flint. Not to the point where I need to mine flint out of the rock at this point. Move there. Man. I guess all the dense forest is down south of me here. Down this area. Running into like orcs and things. Why is he running? Instead of trying to fight me. Come here. We started this fight. Things are quick. Got him. Fighting these guys because they sometimes drop food. That one was rusty gears, which, you know what? I'll take the rusty gears. It's fine. Sea berries too. I'll take that extra sea berry bush cutting. I'm just gonna plant that in my sea berry bush field. Alright. What I kind of wish, though, is I had some dwarf pine cuttings, but they went bad on me, because the cuttings only last for, like, a day in-game before they dry out. You can't plant them. I had some dwarf pine cuttings that I was bringing south with me, but they dried out, so I ended up using them as firewood. And there's my seaberry bushes over here. I'm kind of planting them in a row over here, just in case, like... There we go. Just in case I need to, like, deter some unfriendly neighbors. That they do cause damage when you walk through them. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Where's my axe? There's my axe. That's 2 more stacks of firewood to go into the charcoal pit. We're getting there slowly. I just noticed something, so I'm going to need to do this. That. There we go. Because I'm going to have to be able to seal this hole in here when I go to light it. Alright, so let's convert that to firewood as well. This will be for my indoor fire pit. Do my cooking. There we go. And somewhere around here. Yep, there's my gear storage for my monies. Just gonna go in there. There. I actually have a little bit of flax. This is nice. Alright, let's get another axe made up though. Have to range a bit further out to get some more firewood. Because one of the things I have turned on this particular playthrough, I do have underground farming turned on, so that I could, in theory, farm underground. Which I've been experimenting with on my multiplayer server that I run for my community. And it's interesting mechanically, the way it works. Because as you go further underground, it gets warmer down there. Which is very handy. Especially on a Snowball Earth playthrough like this. Especially since I'm about to head back into winter, it seems, in the game. Just break this, I don't need that fire pit anymore. So, eventually I will start an underground farm. I think that's going to be how I'm going to support my eventual community of merchants and traders. Which means I think the first merchants and traders I'm going to try and get will probably be like survival and treasure hunter. I've been kind of thinking about how I want to build my little community here. Because I obviously need to be able to protect them from, say, the goblins and stuff. Oh good, I leveled up. I am using the X skills mod, by the way, which is how I leveled up. I'm not using the newly released, as in like just in the last month released Seraph leveling mod, which is a cool mod, by the way. I'm running that on my community server. That's a great mod. Unfortunately, it has some, I think, minor conflicts with X skills. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that. But X skills is great too. I love X skills. It's my first time ever playing with it. It's been a lot of fun. That's something I should go do, is go level up real quick. So let's level up real quick. So, collecting. Forestry. So, increase the yield of wood from falling trees by 10% in additional for each level. You will have a 10% saplings from leaves. Okay, cool. More ladders. Increase your ladder capacity by giving you more sticks. Cool. Resin farming. Stamina cut down, pine tree, resin. Okay. Axe expert. Breaking a block with an axe increases your tree felling speed by 1%. Careful lumberjack. Cutting a tree with an axe has a 5% for each level of forestry to not reduce durability of the axe. All of these are going to be really good. But right now I think I want more wood. Okay. And that's another mod. So the normal X skills interface looks like button. No, that's not it. Right. It looks like this. This is the normal interface for X skills. It comes with it. There's another mod out there I got, which when you sit down, it opens up this nicer looking mod. This nicer looking interface. So, in case people are wondering, like, I play with X skills and I don't have an interface. It's an additional mod. Let's see if we can't find a couple more trees here. So we can get our charcoal going. I could use this ice to make the greenhouse as well, actually. In case people didn't know, you can use ice as the roof on your greenhouse in the game. If you're building a greenhouse. One of my players in my community server has done that. The greenhouse is made out of ice blocks for the ceiling. They're now changing it out to glass now that we've advanced kind of far enough to do that. But it was still really cool though. Gave it a really neat look. Alright, go. Another large seed. Nice. So I'll plant this one here. There we go. Cranberry bush. No? Alright. So, we've got enough for another stack of firewood. Half, so a couple more trees and we'll be there. I'm curious what this patch is on top of this mountain. I'm gonna go check it out. There's this little bald patch up here showing on the map. Curious what it is. It is... There's some juniper berries here. They're slightly poisonous, but you can use them for stuff. So it's showing me... Oh, it's a giant hole in the ground. That's what it is. I was like, what is this, like, non-snow covered patch that I'm seeing on top of the mountain? It's a giant cave. That's the answer. Let's see, I'm not seeing anything down in there that I'm particularly interested in. But it's good to know it's there. You can always mine into it. Alright. Let's get down this way, though. Okay, that's muskox there. For a second there, I thought I saw another bear over there. There's muskox, and the bears at a distance can look alike. I need to figure out if I can tame those things. I think you can. Let's check it. Let's find it. Muskox. Just a slight chill. Yeah, it's only 35.6 degrees in August in my game, in Fahrenheit. Closely related goats and sheep and cattle, they are found in Arctic regions. Unlike most goats we found it, they dislike regions of high precipitation. Forest, interesting. Timming, killing. Oh wow, these drop medium and large belts. Huh. Are they tameable? I don't know. I don't know if these muskox are tameable. We have to investigate that. Do you know generally efficient? That's one of my community members, folks. Hangs out on my community server. Does some really cool chiseling stuff. Much better at chiseling than I am. Oh. Yeah, generally efficient. You are. You're much better at chiseling than I am in this game. General efficiency there. But I was also curious if you know if muskox are tameable. But it's okay if you don't. But I was going to ask, would you be willing to mock up a sign for the library for me? Yes, I did ask you a question. Generally efficient. You're kind of like my go-to guy. When I have a question I don't know, and you're hanging out in chat. Never played around with that mod? Yeah. It's fair. I'll have to look it up later. Or try it out. See if I can lure them into something. But I was going to ask you on a tangentially related note. Yeah, could you make like a library sign for the library? Try to, anyways. It's mostly done, by the way. Still got to finish the roof a little bit, but I have like the parts back at base. Get back on later. Get that more tree here. Yo, come on, tree. This is a stubborn tree. I've never tried the dust mod. It's pretty challenging. I'll have to look into it. Because I do love Fallout New Vegas. I haven't played it in years, but I do love that game. And I've never tried modding it, so I'll have to check that out. Alright, what kind of trader was this one? This one is a artisan trader. Not particularly useful to me, my current situation. Plant the tree real quick. There we go. Grab all these little bits and bobs that have fallen off the tree. We got some lingonberries. Nice. Yeah, no, I do remember it does crash a lot. I do recall that being a problem. Any more lingonberries around? Yeah. We're doing my Snowball Earth playthrough tonight, since I hadn't been on it recently. I was like, you know, I need to continue that series, especially now that my vanilla series is slowly coming to an end, and I think the last episode of that's going to be an actual episode, not a stream. I'll have to record that later. Yeah, it's peat. I could do with some peat. Do have to be careful of this cave, though. I have low fertility soil here? Oh, that's fantastic right there. Now look, you know, I just want to be in theme. You know, I live in a place where it never snows, and we're looking at maybe Snowmageddon Part 2, you know. And so I figured, you know, why not? I'm gonna play a game that's just becoming my real life. I was reading where one of my friends on Facebook was talking about how they did the whole buying, you know, milk and bread and eggs thing that, you know, stereotypical, like, panic buys before a major snowstorm. And then she was lamenting how she forgot to buy beer, so she's clearly failing. Yeah, great snow 20... Yeah, that was such a weird event, man. It was... Yeah, it was... There was 2021, and there was another one, actually. Last year, 2025 for me. We had one. Shut down the city I live in for, like, a whole week. To give you an idea of where I live, when my dad was still working, one of his co-workers was a guy from Maine, right? And so Maine, they know all about snow and how to deal with snow and stuff. And it was fun to play around with snow, yeah. But this guy from Maine, my dad was just like, how'd you end up moving down here into this part of the world anyways? Patches and pins. Okay, cool, man. And the guy's response to my dad was, oh, well, I figured I'd move so far south that they didn't know what a snow shovel was or what it was for. When I got here and went into a hardware store, no, y'all had it listed as a sand shovel. It's like, so I got moved far enough south finally. This is a weird joke about snow and where I live. But yeah, I do want to see your cool jacket. Yeah, just throw it. Insert. Oh goodness, I've got a friend. Who is? Oh, you look like dinner. Yeah, like, we have them here where I live, but again, it's not for snow. It's for like shoveling like debris and sand and stuff. Okay, good. I did get a little pelt. There you go. All right. It was a hoarder slash. Okay, yeah, it's fair. I get that. All right. Well, we got some meat from our trip, as well as the firewood we needed. I don't remember planting that snowberry there. Seaberry. Any fish on the line? Nope, no fish. Alright. First things first. What can I put away? Now that doesn't need to be in here, technically. Put the meat in there. Put this in here. Put the extra sticks in there. You know, we'll just throw the extra organic material in there that I don't need. I can assume it takes a while for anything to grow in this setting. Yeah, so, first off, if you noticed earlier, I got excited about finding low fertility soil. Look, that's all the low fertility soil I have. That's like gold to me. I had to sacrifice some medium fertility soil like a few streams back simply because there was no way for me to carry it to my new home. I was very sad about that. Because I found it in like a chest, or not a chest, but I found it in a cracked vessel. Because that's one of the things you can find in cracked vessels in this particular playthrough. I'll put my firewood down. Go. Alright, so now I do this. Then I need to make some more firewood. And I got exactly enough. Well, my axe died. And I need grass. One singular grass. But yeah, it's very hard to grow things. Now, I do have a mod that I specifically added to allow me to make higher fertility soils. Yeah, it's Great Depression levels of dirt scavenging. You're absolutely right. But I have a mod that basically will let me make like low fertility soil and then medium fertility soil and high fertility soil and stuff. But I have to do it by like... Here, I'll show you the recipes. So let's do soil. Let's see if it's actually just got a thing on here. Let's see this. Low fertility soil. So if you notice, obviously you can do it this way, but you can also make it by taking barren soil and mixing in 4 rot, and it'll make you low fertility soil. And I can make barren soil. Yeah, a lot of devastated soil. And I can make barren soil by basically mixing sand and gravel. And then I can take the low fertility soil and use it to make where is it? Medium fertility soil by adding in more rot to it. And then the medium fertility soil I can actually convert into high fertility soil by adding in compost and lime. And then the high fertility soil I can make into Terra Petra by adding in either the normal recipes or by adding in a bunch more compost and powdered charcoal. So just like you normally would, basically. But it basically gives me a lot of ways to like step up my soil. Which I'm not going to complain about right now. Because I'm also going to try and do underground farming this, because it does get so cold out in my Snowball Earth playthrough. That's going to be like a real problem if I have to keep it above ground. So do that in there. There we go. Let's get some food. So that's one of the things I did. So let's also grab this, and I'm going to put my peat down right here. So I can use peat for fires and stuff instead of my very, very precious firewood. Stay, good penguin. And we're going to put down a wolf pelt. Yes, here we go. There we go. We have a little wolf pelt. Wolf floor rug. I should really get like a door or something here. Well, I don't need the dirt on this side of the house. I broke my shovel, didn't I? Alright, well, I need a new axe anyways. There we go. Axe head, and let's get a new shovel. But once that charcoal pit finishes, we'll have charcoal, and we'll be in the Tin Bronze Age. Very excited about this, folks. There we go. Axe. Here, the bow twin. Oh, that drifter coming right at me. Alright. My bowl's empty. I have to cook something. Right, let's see here. We'll grab that. Well, actually, I don't know that I have enough to do that. Oh, hello. Bad drifter. Bad. Bad. Okay. We'll close up shop then. Modding for Fallout games is wacky because you got all the mods you need installed, but then someone says, no, you need... Okay. No, fair. Fair. I'm not super familiar with modding Fallout games. This is just not something I've done a lot of. There. Let's see what we can cook here. We have a bunch of random goods. How's my nutrition looking? I'm low on vegetable. And grain. Grain I'm running out of. Let's see what we can do. Can I make a stew with this? Let's see if we can do this. Oh, good. Because I have the mods installed. Oh, no. Do that. Okay, so I have to put this back. So I can only do one berry. That's okay. So I think in the morning we might actually have the charcoal ready. Be able to do our first bit of casting and smelting. Because first things first, we're going to make a hammer and... Where's my clay? Clay. There it is. We need to make a hammer mold, I just realized. Not going to get very far without a hammer mold. Hammer. It says hammer, right? And also, don't be upset with me, general efficiency. I definitely did not use fire clay to make my bowl and cooking pot and my molds. That was definitely not a thing I did. I didn't waste fire clay on that because I couldn't find red clay for a while. There we go. Good, we have some food. Okay, fine. I'll take it out of there first. Okay, boom, there we go. Alright, put that back in there. And now we're going to stew up this fish. Get some fish. I'm going to see if I can put this red meat in there. Or this bush meat. And a berry. Let's see if we can do that. Can I do fish? I can. Oh, this is amazing. This is going to be like the heartiest stew ever. There we go. Alright. Time to pick that up, put that in the inventory so I can get that out. Checked the 32 gig RAM price I bought back in February of 2025. It went up. Yeah, RAM has gone up crazy in price right now. It does look nice. And, you know, I don't feel too bad about it because I don't need fire clay for anything yet. And by the time I'll need fire clay for stuff, I should be more than ready to either make or get more fire clay in some way or another. So, like, you know, it's one of those things of like, yes, I'm kind of punching myself about it, but that's more joking than anything else. Alright, there we go. We got some more food set up. Go ahead and grab 4 pieces of fire clay. Grab 10 pieces of grass, just so I can go and get my charcoal pit going. I need some more sticks. Yep. Alright, so let's go get my pit kiln going. Yep. Here you go, Jordan. Please stop. Waiting on the bubble to pop so I can afford components. Yeah, no, I feel that. I was that way when I was building my last computer. Oh, that Botorn got me that time. I see him. He's way over there. The Botorn is not where I expected him to be. Gotta have to put a roof over this. Alright, let's grab one more piece of dirt, since... Yeah. Oh yeah, no, the sky in this game looks fantastic, especially in like the northern frozen climates like I'm in right now. It looks very, very pretty. Alright. And look at my candles that I found while panning. That's how I light up my little house. Right, we're going to put our character in bed here. Yeah, the Aurora Borealis in this game is just beautiful to look at. They did a really good job in the skybox for this game. Just absolutely impressed with it. There we go. Oh, that's the last of my like nice food. Back down to survival foods after this. My parents' oil in there. It is still very driftery, yeah. Wow. Looks like the Botorn was busy outside my house last night. Look at that. It's still there. Alright. Bum rush him. Bum rush the Botorn. Botorn's eliminated. Nope, second Botorn. Bum rush the Botorn. Beat you with my scrap club. There we go. All hail the scrap club. Alright, there we go. Get a shipper. Incoming shipper. Can you believe these shivers and all starting these fights with me? Just rude. Just rude. Here I am just trying to build my little society over here. Alright. Yep. How's the fish traps doing? Just nada. Just nothing. There's a temporal rift at the bottom of my lake. I don't recall telling it was allowed to have a temporal rift at the bottom of my lake. I could use a couple more fish hooks. Let's get fish hooks. Try to increase my odds of getting a fish here. Main problem is without bait, it's not going to work very well. Dave's getting the fish, stealing the fish. Yeah, no, Dave's stealing my fish. Dang it, Dave. That reminds me, I need to check the fish traps on the public server, or on the community server. Yeah. Fish hooks. Oh, fish hook and fish hook. There we go. Don't need that one. Alright. Increase our odds of getting fish here. So that's still smoking, so the charcoal pit's still working. To guess at this point, I just need to kill time until the charcoal's done. I may need a new weapon soon. 2.5. Can I use this to make a club? It's 1.5, so the club's not real good. But it's better than no melee weapon. Oh, I can use the club to shell nuts. Huh. Good to know. You know what? We'll do it. We'll make a club. Because why not? There you go. Backup weapon. Alright, well, let's go out and do a bit of scouting around. All the charcoal pits and all that. Keep working. It's also probably time I do some hunting. Probably would not be a bad idea to hunt like a caribou or something. Where did my herd of caribou go? I had like a whole herd of caribou over here. They done wandered off. Where'd they go? They're there. They moved on me. Oh, that's the other thing I could make. Hold on. How do I make a fishing spear? Fishing spear, fishing spear, fishing spear. Okay, fishing spear. Twine stick, knife. Okay. I don't have stuff on me to make twine right now. But I can fix that. I've never actually used the fishing spear from primitive survival, so we're going to try it out. Since food is kind of an issue, mildly, right now. There's the caribou. That was the wrong button. That's too high. Wow, I just can't hit today with the spears. Alright. I guess I need to get back to spear practice. Let's try this fishing spear though, because I now have the stuff to make it. There we go. That. Except I don't have my sticks on me. Dang it. Here you go. Yes. We'll try this fishing spear. It would help if I had sticks. Let's see here. And let's go a little lower. Got it. That's two of them. Okay. Oh, he's running now. Where is he? That him there? I feel like that might be him there, sitting on top of that little ledge. Give me a... Yep, that's him right there. Too high again. Alright. The slow process of hunting. By the way, this blood trail mod is so good for hunting. Keep my eyes out for him here. Where is he? There he is. I bet that's him right there. One or two more hits to bring down this caribou. There we go. Got him. Low weight, though. Unfortunate. Well, we still got 10 meat out of it, though. I forgot it takes 2 to cure the hide. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's get back to getting a stick here. I don't think I've explored this area too much. Have I? No, I haven't really explored this area. So we'll take a look around up here. There's that stick I wanted. That stick, cordage, knife, fishing spear. There we go. We have a fishing spear now. We'll have to test that out when we get back down to the lake. We'll take these sticks though. Always need a couple sticks. All right. Looks like these are all like larch trees in here. Oh, we've got some more copper right here. Look at that, folks. Beautiful. Alright, so that's like the third surface copper node near the base. So that'll keep us going pretty well into the Bronze Age here. Let's see if I see anything else just sticking out of immediate value before we turn around and head back to base to process this meat. I need to get smoker going. I can't make smoker until I've got bronze tools, or well, tools, metal tools, I should say. That's something I should do. I should go get some more clay before we head back to base. Barren soil. I'm a little nervous walking through this forest. This is a good way to get jumped by like a bear or something. Just thought about that. Oh, we got some more copper right here. Look at that. It's a fairly sizable looking copper node too. And for people wondering why I'm just like crouching anytime I find something like that, and it's adding a map marker, I have the auto map marker mod installed right now that you can configure it and it'll add things to your map when you interact with them, either by crouching or, you know, starting to harvest them or whatever, like berries and stuff. Alright. Very handy mod. Alright, I am going to turn back though and go get food. I was hoping I could find maybe some mushrooms or something. But I think it just might be too cold for there to be mushrooms. Oh, another cave here. If I see anything of interest in said cave, going down into it. Because unlike a lot of Snowball Earth playthroughs, I still have like drifters and such turned on, so caves are not safe. Also with the fancy creature mod, there's also things like cave orcs and goblins and stuff you have to watch out for. got some more copper right here. Oh man, we're finding all kinds of copper deposits on the surface today. So that with the surface tin node I found previously, it'll be set for a while on tools, I think. Give us plenty of time to find something like some iron, maybe. I'm hoping I built near iron. No idea. I know that sound. I know that sound. There it is. I have no idea how I found one of these in a Snowball Earth playthrough. Everyone look, it's a miracle. Bees. We have found bees. And we also got a goblin. Hello, goblin. Oh, he punched me. Bad goblin. Bad. Bad. That was a decent waste goblin who didn't drop anything. Yeah, exactly, man. Finding the bees, exactly. That's exactly what that is. I think it was technically Baja Blast. That's exactly something you'd say there. General efficiency. Oh man, hilarious and amazing. All right, let's get back to base because I think my charcoal should be done by now. I should be able to do some smelting. The real question is whether or not my hammer mold is done. I know my pickaxe mold is ready. So we at least have pickaxe available. Look at that. Temple rift forming right in front of me as I'm trying to get home. Bad temple rift. Bad. Alright. Some more caribou. Nice. Meteoric iron looks really good in an armor set. I've never had enough meteoric iron to use to make armor. I've always been very sparing because I've never mined a lot of it. But then I've also never like gone out of my way hunting meteoric iron either, so I've just never had a playthrough where I spent the time for it. I'll probably work on it some on our community server. Because obviously we've got lots of time on the community server and stuff. Ooh, a black bronze set would be cool. I actually have the resources on the community server. I could make a black bronze set. That'd actually be some good stuff to decorate, like the little library with. Maybe put in some like armor sets on stands and stuff to make it like look pretty in there and cool. Go away, portal. All right, we're close enough to base. I'm just gonna make a little sprint to it here and go get some food. One of these is my entrance. There it is. All right, let's go feed our character. Black bronze looks like some obsidian armor. Nice. I'm out of that. Okay, well, let's just eat these berries real quick. There we go. Now he'll quit complaining. Alright. Get our bowl out. Let's see here. We can do... We'll have to do 2 sets. That's fine. Actually, we can do 5 and 5. Let's grab, like, 5 berries. I wish I had something else I could add. I don't know if I can add these pine nuts. Let's find out. Can I add the pine nuts? I can. Okay. Can I do pine nuts and berries? I can. Look at that. That'll be tasty. Let's see if we'll do it. Got some red meat stew made with sea berries and pine nuts. See how that goes. Let's see here. This can just go on the floor. Decoration here. There we go. Okay. And is this going bad on me? No, it's not. Alright, let's see here. We'll put this in here for now. Keep that pile of sticks. its nose. Either way. So this is still burning. And I set myself on fire with it. Looks like my charcoal is done, though. Yes, it is. Alright. Get my charcoal here. Here we go. Yep. Box back there. That's more than enough charcoal for us to get done what we need to do here. Let's move the bones in here. Oh, it's not quite. That wasn't quite enough fuel. There we go. Especially because my character's gonna get real hungry real soon. How much longer I got left on this? Oh, I just finished. Amazing. Perfect. Perfect timing on that. Let me pick that up. Put that down. Actually, wait a minute. What am I doing? I have enough sticks now. I can do this. Get a tool rack. Be fancy. We'll put the tool rack above the bed there. Onto the tool rack. Okay, yeah, I got you. I got you. I understand. We're hungry. You're hungry, man. I got it. Alright. Come on, bowl. Finish cooking. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, much better. What does this say? Friable. Requires 20 days. What? I can dry this stew. Now I'm curious. Can I make like a dehydrated stew? Is that what it's telling me? I mean, that'd be really cool. Like I know I can dry these berries out and stuff. Alright, cool. That there. Put our copper in here. And I'm gonna need... Let's see here. Just check the recipe real quick. Rope. So yeah, it's a rope and 6 sticks. So let's get in here. Here's our rope. And sticks. We're gonna need that. There we go. Right, so I keep behind it. I put my charcoal away, of course. So we should only need like 3. This. Alright. And with this, folks, we will skip the Copper Age entirely. Go straight into Tin Bronze. I actually took the double stack taco off the menu at Taco Bell. Oh, that's sad. Kind of liked the double stacked taco. Though, to be fair, at Taco Bell, probably my go-to vice is the Crunchwrap Supreme or whatever. I'm getting so confused looking at the numbers in Fahrenheit. It took me a second to realize this was in Fahrenheit, and I wasn't using Celsius anymore. I've gotten so used to using Celsius for this that I was like, wait a minute, why numbers so big? And I realized I've got the Freedom Units mod installed that turns everything to Fahrenheit. Oh, goodness. Alright, good. So, we might need one more piece of charcoal. We'll see. Back to the Doritos Locos Tacos. Fair enough. How are those? I've never really had those. Come on, 10 bronze. I think I'm being snuck upon. That's just a temporal rift out there. They're pretty good. Cool. I'll have to try one next time I go to Taco Bell. My wife doesn't let me go there very often, though. There we go. We got some tin bronze. Come on. Come on, tin bronze. Come on, good tin bronze. And there's our pick. Right there. And there's our hammer. There we go. In the back there. There we go. Alright. I can put that on the wall. Let's go try out our fishing spear. While we wait. Alright, so fishing spear. Place on ground. Spearfish is left click. Okay, so my understanding on the fishing spear is that it is meant for going after the vanilla fish in the game. We need to go find some vanilla fish. Some regular old fish. So this fishing spear is from the primitive survival mod. I'm just curious. And it's supposed to let you do a better job of fishing for these normal fish that are in the game. So like the salmon or whatever you want to call them. Not seeing any. Maybe you're right, General Efficiency. Maybe Dave has stolen all the fish. Dang it, Dave. It's a damage rating on this thing. Doesn't have a damage rating. I just need to find a pond with some fish in it. I saw there was some back in this one, I think. Fish? Alright. Where are you, fish? There's a fish over there. I see one. Go get it. I'm gonna go get it. That was the caribou that I startled. Alright, come here, fish. Hello, fish. Hello, fish. How are you? There we go. It's hard. Getting the fish while swimming is hard. There we go. Got him. I remove the fish. Okay, you're right. Oh, that's interesting. So not only did I get a fish in my inventory, it dropped a fish on the ground. Which I then hit myself with. Right click. Alright, do we have another fish? Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. And yes, I have extended the normal breathing time. Right, so what do I do with this fish? Oh! So it just turns into the regular fish fillets. That's cool. Oh, there's some fishing bait I can use. That's interesting. Let's see if I can't hunt another caribou real quick. Caribou, how you doing? No, don't run. I'm so close. Right, what about you? You gonna hold still for me? Don't run away. Got it. Alright, let's follow it. spear back. I see it running over there. There it is, though. It stopped. Caribou. I've kind of noticed that, like, holding shift and kind of sneaking kind of gives you a little bit better accuracy, it feels like. Oh, slightly over. Oh, dang. Both of those were just over, just slightly. Unfortunately, that meant I had to startle my caribou. Got it. Good. Alright, one more hit will get us another caribou. Which I think just stopped right there, it looks like. There we go. Good caribou. And for those who don't know, caribou is a reindeer. Got it. And that's another low weight caribou, but that's okay. Right now, he's just doing this for some meat. Problem is, I don't really have a good way of storing meat right now. Alright, so let's get back to base. What I really need... I could turn it into jerky, but that's... Let's see, what can I do with it? So I could make it in an oven. If I had a smoker set up, I could smoke it. Still waiting on the fishing. I know, I can't wait till it's time to do fishing. So I can use the jerky in stews. Okay, so we'll do that. So we'll take our knife and we're going to make jerky out of all that. Yeah, no, I don't know what their time frame is on the update for that, but I'm super excited about it. I should probably go hang out on their Discord board. I do know they also pushed back the reset of their communities of the server run by the devs, the vanilla server that they run. They're gonna do a reset of that, and I know they pushed that off a little bit due to some updates and stuff they ran into, as well as I think some server hosting problems. There was an orc over here just a second ago. Where'd you go? That orc disappeared on me. He was walking right across here. I don't know. I hear a boat horn. That's a lot of boat horn. Jump in the water and avoid those boat horn. No. Bad boat horn. Yep. Alright. What happens if I put this in here with a knife? Yeah, it becomes 3 large hides. I don't have enough fat to tan it. Alright, well, let's put that away for now. The hide in here. Okay, well, actually, no. I'll put the meat in here. That's not what I wanted to do. And... that sack? No, it does not sack. That's unfortunate. Running out of storage again. The good news is, I think I have enough. See if it'll let me mix and match. No. It will not let me mix and match. Unfortunate. Okay. Yep. We're gonna cook this fish. We're just gonna cook it. Yeah. I hear those drifters out there. Get talkative. Alright, so let's make some inventory space here. Go, there's that. Just put that on the wall there. Done. Okay, that said, let's move. I don't really want to move anything out of that. It's all fine in there. What about up here? It's fine. And you know what? We'll just put this hide down here. It'll be fine. Put the fish in here too, because I can always do something with these arrowheads. There we go. Just gonna eat that real quick. Finish off our bowl of food from earlier. How long is that fresh? Can be cooked or cured. Fresh for less than an hour. Okay. Yes, we'll cook it. Just don't want to waste them. What's it cook into? Turns into cooked fish eggs. Huh. Alright. Let's fill up our bowl real quick. There we go. Where did I put that fish? What can I do with this besides... Oh, I can turn it into jerky. Let's see that real quick. I didn't know I could turn the fish into jerky. Okay, why is that not working? How do I make the jerky? Okay. Oh, I need salt. Oh, you have to have salt to make the fish jerky. That's a mild problem. Okay. I turn it into raw fish. Oh, you smash it with a hammer. Huh. Okay. Minted fish salt. Salt plus fish. Huh. Juices into fish slop and dried fish mash. Which you can feed to chickens and stuff. Huh. I'm just learning about all the culinary, all the stuff in expanded foods and culinary artillery here. Alright. Position bowl. Rice grain, I don't have that. Slop. I know. Just crazy stuff. Cooked fish, which I don't have an oven, so. Alright, well. Guess I can't make the fish jerky, unfortunately. I'll just put that back in here for now. I like the fishing spear, that's kind of cool. I'm going to put it up there, though, because I don't need it with me for now. Alright. Let's get our tools ready. Because we are now ready to do mining. Got our pick. Our hammer. There we go. Really need to get a better way to store these things here. Alright, let's sleep through the night. Then I have to decide, you know, what tomorrow's focus will be in the game. Do we work on more metals and stuff? Honestly, I'm gonna need more metal because I need to get an anvil mold going at some point. That means I also need to go get some more clay. So I think that might be today's goal. Let's get some more clay, and let's also just throw out some of the stuff. Hold on to the arrowheads for now. Because I could go out and get like a enough stuff to make a bow of some sort. So we've got an orc over there. Looks like the drifters and bowtorn have cleared out, which that's fine by me. Nope, there's still a bowtorn out here. Bowtorn dealt with. We got arrow and some flagstone. So I'll take. Okay. So I think our major goals should actually be the clay, because clay will let us get a storage vessel set up for better food preservation, considering that's kind of a major problem. Well, semi-major problem. I was wondering if this orc was going to notice me or not. Please do not knock me down into the hole. So that the orcs from the fantasy creature mod. I know some of you all are new to the stream. He dropped his lunch. Nice. To take that. And that's how I'm representing that the orc is carrying around a piece of meat for his lunch. That I'm not just eating an orc. Although, from some of the animes I've watched in my life, apparently orcs taste like pork. But I'm pretending they're carrying around food. Oh, hey, that one snuck up on me. That one's got a weird... That one was having a leg glitch problem thing. I don't know what's going on with that one's leg. Yeah, got some more gears. Got our muskox friend over here. My clay pit's on the opposite side of the lake. So just going around the bottom part of the lake here. Either tastes like pork, beef, or chicken. Well, just remember, everything tastes like chicken. So, yeah. If you don't know what something tastes like, it just tastes like chicken. That's the easy answer. Actually, what I could do is I'll go and convert this into jerky. That way I can just be curing while I'm wondering about. Alright, I was going to toss these antlers out because I don't need these antlers. Yes, run away, caribou. Fear me. Alright. Let's get to our clay pit and get some more clay. So we can get a storage vessel going. And hopefully a couple more molds as well. Plenty of peat for the moment. Also grab some, maybe we'll do a little bit of mining after we grab a stack or two of clay as well. See if we can't get a little bit more copper and tin. I want to see if I can get enough to do a tin bronze anvil. There's our clay deposit. No, this is where I found some cracked vessels. That's right. I got everything out of this one. This one's big enough that it might be worth digging up under at some point. This is fairly big. Look at how big this ruin is. This is a vanilla ruin. Like, I don't have anything that changes ruins. Like, I don't have better ruins or anything like that. Alright, where's my clay? Clay deposit. There you are. So if anyone knows what kind of ruin that is, since different ruins have different ideas of what they are, generally speaking, amongst the community, please let me know. It's not a church. Might be like an old manor, maybe? I don't know. I'm just getting these leaves out of my way. There we go. It's clay that we need. I think a stack or two should be good. I did have to install a mod to get the clay to form in these cold regions, because clay doesn't normally like cold regions, from my understanding. And that's the Arctic Survival mod, I believe, is the one that does that. It basically makes it so clay and cattails will tolerate a bit more colder environments for spawn purposes. Okay. Couple more. Alright. 2 more blocks should do it. Yeah, good enough. Alright. Let's head over towards our tin vein. I kind of want to see how much tin we've got to work with over here. Should be like right in here. Yeah, so this is where I found it. So let's dig down a little bit. Don't know how deep down it is. Well, it's right here on the surface. That's beautiful. There goes my shovel. Alright, we'll dig out this little block of dirt here real quick. Let's grab out our pick. Let's see what we get. And it is poor quality, unfortunately, so we're not going to get a whole lot. We're only going to get, like... Let's see here. We're only going to get how much? 1 nugget per... Oof. That's going to be rough. Hopefully it's bigger than I think. That's what I can do, like... Down a little bit. Alright, let's see how big is this thing. The answer is not very big. Alright. So with that all in mind, so that's only 17 more nuggets. That's technically enough to make a tin bronze animal. Technically. If you have the copper to go with it. So I don't really have anything to throw out. So let's take this stuff back to the base. And let's go ahead and just mark that as mined out here. That's mined out. Base is this way. That's the main problem with these tin veins. They're always very small. Yeah, because 16 tin nuggets will get me enough to make 1 anvil plus an ingot. If I have the copper to go with it. Gotta watch out for those penguins. They will... So the penguins will get defensive. They're added by a mod. I have like I have a mod that adds basically a bunch of like cold biomed creatures, such as the penguins and stuff, and Arctic wolves and things. We got a fish. I'll come back for it. Sweet. Alright, let's drop off our goods here that we got. Put these as clay in it. Top off our clay as much as we can. One of these has... That's already cured, so never mind. This one has our little branches in it, so there we go. So now we have enough space to go get that fish. Let's go get the fish. Give me a fish. Good fish. Anything you can do to passively generate food in this game, it's good. And then also, when you get these ovulated fish eggs like this out of a fish, you can actually throw those back into the water, and they'll actually restock the fish in the body of water a little bit. That's a thing added by primitive survival. Alright, so there's that. So let's work on some of this clay forming that we need to do. Actually, let me put this fish away first. Before I get too distracted. And let it go bad in my pocket. Let's put this granite here. We'll save some inventory space. That's good. This jerky just finished curing. Perfect. So it can go in there. Alright. How's that? I got 1 serving left of stew. So let's go ahead and just pull that out. We'll do is we'll go ahead and cook up this fish. So get like some pine nuts. Get some of these berries. Go. That will let us take this here and do 3 more servings of fish stew here. Some pine nuts and some sea berries. I hope everyone's having a good evening out there. Alright. I can put this fat in here now. Get that out of my inventory. Alright, while that cooks, let's start working on our... Let's do the storage vessel first here. Just because that's going to help us out a lot with food storage. Because I think one of the first things we'll do is we'll dig a cellar out at some point after we get a good supply of metal to make tools and stuff. Because I'm also going to need a prospecting pick soon. Yeah, cool. Alright, now we can just hold right click. Go. And what we can do is get like a little trap door or something. Make like little... We can even just make a hole in the floor. Put this in it. Went 1 layer too far. So there's a perk under X skills that I really kind of want to get. It's for the pottery stuff. That basically makes it so you can't put clay in the wrong blocks, basically. And then there's another one that makes it so you can't remove clay from voxels you need it in as you level it up. It's kind of cool. It's probably one of the perks I'll get when I get further along into my leveling up into X skills. Alright. Cool. There's that. I'm going to put that out in the yard here in a bit. Go. There's our stew. We're going to throw in here. Beautiful. Alright, let's get our storage vessel working on getting all cooked up here. Just gonna hop over the fence here. Very short grass, that's fine. Just need 10 grass real quick. Yeah, let me cut that one. Depending on how deep the snow is, sometimes we'll let you cut the grass. Alright. Oh, is that a muskox over there? Sure is. Muskox came out to hang out at our village. Just get this. Make this easier for me to take the grass out of the snow here. Hear those penguins over there talking and making noise. Alright. Just gonna grab some extra grass, because it's one of those things you kind of always need more of. Right, I need 6 sticks. That's an interesting looking orc. Maybe if I can... What's up with you, orc? What you doing? What kind of an orc are you? You just a regular orc wearing blue this time. I thought it was like a special type of orc or something because it was wearing blue instead of the normal green or red I've seen. It didn't drop anything, you know. Oh well. Back to it. 3. There's our sticks we need. Grab 8 pieces of peat. Because unfortunately, the storage vessels require double the amount of peat. There we go. If people have questions or anything, feel free to ask. Just working around the base here. Alright. Oh, we got another orc. Come here. Oh, that one got me. Oh, we got another one. An invasion! Here, come on. Come here. Just come over here. There we go. I'm gonna drop the rusty gear. Oh, we got some more meat. Sweet. Make some more jerky out of that. Go. Here I am just trying to do some crafting. The neighbors are getting a little upset about it. As long as they keep bringing their lunch money, I guess. It's fine. Alright, let's grass away. Alright, let's see about making that anvil mold like I was talking about. Go. Anvil mold. Anvil mold. Anvil. There it is. I'm just being blind. Alright. See here. Main thing about the anvil mold is because of its design, it takes a lot of. You might as well just do most of it manually instead of using the copy layer function. You know? They've also changed it where the anvil mold is not reusable anymore. That was something that changed in one of the recent updates. You now actually have to break the mold to get your anvil out of it. Yeah, it's a lot of clay to only have to destroy it afterwards. Hear this? Look at it. Come here, orc. Come here. Okay, you just gonna drown? Orc. Stuck up under my dock. Yep. Yep. You wanted to make this water pipe, apparently. Another rusty gear. So we're not gonna go into that. Got another one. Good lord. That one's just floating away from me. Alright? Alright. These orcs are becoming a real pain. I might have to improve my defenses. So I've been thinking about installing one additional mod in this playthrough, and that's the wooden fortifications mod. I think I may have to do that. If I'm gonna keep getting these random orc spawns. It's like trying to come in here and invade my place. So we may have to do that. Because that lets you build like palisades and spiked walls and stuff. It's a really cool looking mod. Getting close to done with this anvil mold. Good word. Another orc. Apparently, the extra added an axe pistol. Oh, that's cool. Alright. There. Since the orcs are not apparently going to take the hint to go away. Good lord. So much cured. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Should be less than mold. There we go. Almost exactly like 32 pieces of clay there. I'll just leave this here, because I'm going to need that. Alright. Kinda need to hide in here until I heal up a bit. I have enough stuff to make rope. I don't have enough stuff to make rope. I don't even have enough stuff to make bandages. Well, I guess I could sacrifice some of my very precious flax. Heal up a bit. Yeah, I've still not played with the firearms mod. Like, I have the firearms mod for my Kid and I's playthrough that we share for our little like just two-person multiplayer playthrough that's on my local machine. But I haven't actually played with it too much. Yeah. I think I'll do a tropic mold now. Just because I'm going to need one. I have to hide inside because these orcs apparently are just not going to leave me alone today. Yeah, so I'm thinking at some point, you know, whenever I do my next community server, I'm thinking of keeping the fantasy creatures on for it, just because I like the flavor they add. What's it looking at here? Any more orcs around? Looks like the orcs have moved off, finally. So we got like 12 minutes. It's calm right now. Cool. Let's check our fishing spot. We have fish right now. Okay. This is a good opportunity for my character to heal up a little bit. Do I have enough? No. I'm short on either one to make those. I'm just going to toss these antlers out. No. We need the antlers. There we go. Okay. How are we doing on metals? Definitely need more copper. Because if we're gonna do iron anvil or a tin bronze anvil, I'm gonna need, let's see here, 92, 180, 184 copper nuggets. So let's go see what we can do about that. I better keep this mold here. Not take that with me. No, what time is it? It's getting kind of late in the evening to be making a run over to the copper mines. Especially because I've seen bears over there. Decisions. Oh, my jerky finished curing. That's good. Add that in here. Down here for now. Definitely gonna have to go cut more trees. So I think we'll hit the forest. Okay, that's that the muskox. What are you? Yeah, that's the muskox over there. Well, let's go ahead and put the character to bed for the evening. Let him sleep off these injuries. Which unfortunately kind of powers through my food reserves quite badly because I don't have any more medical supplies really. That's something we can work on when we go out and about today. So we'll work on getting some more medical supplies stored up. So how many days do I have left on that? A few days left on that. How many days left on that? Alright. It didn't give me as much food as I thought it would. There we go. So we'll make another pot of food since time till dawn. 3 a.m. in the game. Let's see here. Let's do 2, 3. I'll do a full, like, 6 servings. Meat. And some other fruit. Which I'll just eat that berry. And we'll throw in some more pine nuts, just for a little extra protein. Real protein-heavy diet here. Wait a minute. What do you mean that can't be used? Oh, you can only use that in trail mix. Never mind. I thought I could use that for this. Okay. Well, so much for that. Alright. Guess we'll just eat these berries as is then. Give me the cooking pot. Alright. There we go. Alright, cooking pot. Over there. Put the jerky in there. We'll just chow down on these berries here. There you go. They're not going to last much longer. Calm out there. What we'll do is we'll throw a torch on. I don't see any army of orcs or anything. Get my pick ready here. Let's go see if we can't hit one of these copper nodes. Do I have a shovel? No, I don't have a shovel. That's a mistake. Oh well. Oh well. Say it, I'll be. Yes, I say. Okay. Yeah. So our first copper node's right over here. If I can get a stick. So it's also kind of wacky how each island you've been to on the server has had a comical amount of bauxite. Like how much bauxite are we talking here? Like 2? Like Or is it just like a huge amount of bauxite? Because we'll trade you for bauxite. We got some berries. Alright, so let's see here. A shovel here. Because, I mean, I need bauxite on the server, so I'll trade you for bauxite. Huge amount for what it's worth. Okay. Well, we'll trade for bauxite. Just FYI. So, in theory, down here somewhere should be... And there it is, right there. Perfect. There we go. Okay, yeah, sand was there. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll actually go down one more level here. Yeah, no, if you want to trade me some bauxite for something, let me know. Oh, that's a problem. Fish. Fish. There we go. Sorry, fish. I guess I'm going to take this with me on purpose. There we go. Yeah, except all of you. Oh, I feel that. I haven't even seen Paradite Stone on the server. Which is what you need. Which is where you find Olivine. Well, I mean, as I said, I'm going to reset the archive soon, so you might be able to find some Clockmaker's glasses there when we reset them, if you want to run it again. Oh, alright. Get a dirt block. Okay, so this one has been mined out. And what grade of copper was that? Regular, so 20... 200... Divided, so it's 4. So that's 80, basically. So I'm going to need another one. Yep. And, yeah, it very much looks like the rest of the group's not going to be able to do the Lazarette this weekend. Most likely, from what it sounds like. This isn't offhand anymore. Okay. Oh, hello. That's a cave. You all saw it. That cave tried to get me. Okay, so let's go down here. Come on, where's my copper? There it is. Actually, I will put the offhand just so I can see my copper. This is poor. Well, that's unfortunate. Game just does not want me having copper today, apparently. But everyone out there having a good evening tonight? An evening for me, I should say. Hope everybody else is having a good day. What have you all been up to? I also want to thank everybody for hanging out here with me on Vintage Story so far. It's watching me mine and work on advancing my technology here by getting better tools and stuff so that I can build a little village. And I'll go over how we're going to do that here in a bit as I kind of get back to base with this haul of copper ore. Alright, there we go. Looks like that. I think that's all of it. Looks like all of it. Okay. Back in our inventory here. Alright, let's head back to the house. Complete these waypoints here. Complete. There we go. We got a little bit of food, we got some copper, we got some muddy gravel, which I'm going to pan for seeds, by the way. That's why I grabbed the muddy gravel, folks. Because one of the mods I'm using is Wild Farming Revival. And it specifically makes it so you can pan muddy gravel for seeds and shells. Since, I don't know if you've noticed, there isn't exactly a whole lot of wild crops just laying around. Needed some way of getting seeds. Which is part of the reason I installed that mod. Alright, should be enough. Give me a few extra cattails for various uses. Oh, something died over here. Guessing wolves are back in the area. Let's see if we've got enough copper now. I didn't do the full math. See what we're looking at here. Break it up and take a look. Put away some of this stuff here. Got another fish too. Wish I had some way of getting salt. Alright, let's see. Put that in here. Get our hammer. That's 104. These crowberries in here. And let's split this in half here. There's 96. Yeah, so that's just barely enough. But it will get us there. Alright, so we actually have enough to make our anvil. Let's see here. That in there. I've got my stack of granite stones. Top off there, just get some of them out of my inventory. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get our anvil in the furnace here, or in the pit kiln, I should say. Let's hammer mold real quick. That go right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's move all of our food in here. 13 days, 52 days, yeah. Oh, these are actually... Oh, weird. Okay, good to know. This is actually providing less storage value than the other one, but it has more storage space, so I'm going to put all the food in here anyways. Because that will give me some extra space to store things like this, sand, my soil, some arrows, extra bones. Finally. Digging through VS files, see if I can find the ruined loot chest tables to see the chances of clockmaker glasses spawning, and I found a ruin called Cathedral of Tyron's Basement. Oh, alright, cool. I'm curious about that one. There we go. Alright, so now let's grab our anvil mold. There. Guess we're going to put our anvil mold in here. Just take some grass. I need some sticks. I won't wander off too far here. 8 sticks. There we go. A bunch of the ruins are actually named in the files. That's kind of cool. That might explain why people are like, oh yeah, these are cathedrals. These are, you know, whatever. Yeah, I've never dug through the files myself, so I didn't know that they were named in them. Go. Alright. Mold is baking. And let's see here. Put this peat away real quick. What am I going to do about food then? Oh, right, I have a fish. Let's go grab the fish. We can use that fish to make more food. Not worth a ton of meat, but it's some meat. Go. Keep going to the wrong one now. One thing of pine nuts, and we'll do the lingonberries. Just seeing if there's any better value of food in there. They actually have tiers like common and uncommon. Oh. Cool. So you're learning stuff about the ruins that I didn't know. I'm not surprised that they have common and uncommon ones. I still want to know what that weird altar one I found in my vanilla playthrough was. That was like all the weird like um, granite stone, like spiky, almost finger-like columns sticking up around a central like almost carved out pillar looking or altar looking thing. Just made out of like stone. Just a small amount of like cobblestone around the base. But even legendary ones. Honestly, now I want to know. And I was watching someone who was doing like a mob farm video like earlier today. And they had one that had like a whatchamacallit? Like a giant machine in the middle that was glowing green. Now it was clearly from like some mod that they were running. I still have like, and I have no idea like what the mod was. But I was very curious about it because it was very cool looking there. Alright. All my forests are really kind of far away. Let's. Where is it? Where is it? I heard the aggressive orc sound. Alien portal. That one is so obvious. Oh, there's the pig stuck like over there. Uh-huh. Come here, orc. Get out of my yard. Sneaking up on me? No, he just got a lucky hit. Yeah, waking up at 1 a.m. in Vintage Story to see an alien raiding my cellar for berries. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hilarious. Alright, let's grab... I'm gonna go out in the forest over here and see if I can't find some horsetail. Make myself some healing poultices. I've got some carrot food trapped over here. It's very tempting. Any horsetail? Horsetail? I want some horsetail. Okay. Hello, my love. Hi, how are you? Yep. Might load rune schematics to your world edit. Just... Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So you can see what they look like and stuff. I'm just looking for some horsetail deer. We're head to bed. Okay, cranberries. I really should move these bushes like down to my base. What's this? Elder leaves. I've never seen an elder tree in this game. Oh, that's just evil. That cranberry bush didn't turn into a cranberry bush. Why, game? Why do this to me? Fine. I'll make cranberry seeds then. Game. I just wanted some cranberry seeds. Or cranberry bush. Yeah, one of the mods I've got is clearly, like, changed something about how bushes work. Is there no horsetail in this little forest over here next to me? I'm gonna have to make horsetail seeds. Find a way back over this mountain here. Oh. I found the mammoths. Here's like all the meat I could ever want in hides right there. But I'm going to leave them alone, because what I might do is I might come back with a feeding trough and tame them. You can think that they're tameable. I see the horsetail. I'm going for the horsetail. Double of them. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of spears and arrows and rocks and, you know, maybe a pit trap with fires at the bottom or something. I don't know. Or, hear me out. I tame them. I get them to Generation 3 somehow. And then I make a Butcher's Cleaver, and I can just one-shot them. I think they're also technically frightable, is what I've heard. I've never seen anyone do it, but I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. That's one thing I'm going to do real quick before I go back inside, is make some horsetail seeds, so I can have more horsetails. Horsetail? Horsetail? Let's see here. Horsetail. There we go. That's one of the things I love about the Wild Farming Revival mod there, is the propagation of flowers and stuff. Okay, let's make some healing poultices here. go. Now I can top off our health, finally. Unfortunately, since I did max out my health on this playthrough just because of how hard it was going to be, it takes me a lot of healing items to kind of fill it out. Let's also feed my character real quick. I heard something. Oh, it's the muskox over there. You can hear them from a long ways away. Let's get these berries real quick. Any more fish? Any more fish? How's my animal doing? 11 minutes. 11 minutes left on my anvil. No, my anvil mold. So. Alright. But it is unfortunately time for me to call it there, folks. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. We made good progress today. We skipped copper and went straight into the Bronze Age. Mostly because I got lucky and found a surface tin deposit. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, give me a like and a follow, maybe. Subscribe, whatever you want to call it. And we'll catch you all in the next one. I hope you all are enjoying my Snowball Earth series. I'm enjoying it. The main reason you haven't been seeing it recently is because I've been working on trying to finish my vanilla playthrough, which the next episode will be the end of it, but I'm not going to do that as a stream. I'm just going to record that so you all don't have to watch, like, the hour of travel time from where I'm at to the final story point. But anyways, thank you all so much. It's been Thalan McRom bringing you all some vintage story in my Snowball Earth playthrough. And I hope to catch you all in the next one.